You're listening to the Telltale Channel. Don't forget to check me out on all social media: Patreon, Twitter, Teespring, and Etsy. All links can be found in the description or on my website, telltaleatheist.com. Hey, this is Owen. If you're comfortable, leave your first name and state at the sound of the tiny truck backing up.
Hi, this is Adam from Iowa. I'm just calling because my girlfriend and I have been talking about religious parallels in fictional media, and she mentioned how there were a lot of parallels between the Mormon faith and Battlestar Galactica. Does the same apply to Jehovah's Witnesses, or do you notice, a lot of subtle religious or occult references in modern media? Thank you. Bye.
That's an interesting question. I thought Jehovah's Witnesses were like a super fringe group, like almost no, mentions of them anywhere. And anytime I'd ever hear a mention of Jehovah's Witnesses, I was like, oh, they mentioned Jehovah's Witnesses. But after leaving the religion, after starting my YouTube channel and talking about this stuff for a living, I came to realize just how many ex-Jehovah's Witnesses are out there. There are a lot out there. Every now and then I do hear a reference on TV. I'll be watching something, and there will be a Jehovah's Witness on the TV show. I'm like, holy shit. In one of my newer videos, it was a Caleb and Sophia video about technology. I put in a clip of American Pickers, I believe, and they had a Jehovah's Witness phonograph from 100 years ago or something. And the woman on American Pickers was like, oh, I'm an ex-Jehovah's Witness. Isn't that crazy? Every time I hear something like that, I'm like, oh my God, that's so awesome. It's like a kinship almost. She's all tatted up from head to toe. It was the shit. But to answer your question about Battlestar Galactica and things like that, I think Scientology probably takes the cake for the most sci-fi-esque belief system. They've got a really, really in-depth, weird creation myth, basically. It's about somebody named Lord Xenu. I'm not sure. I think he was he ruled over a bunch of different planets, and he called people in. They had an overpopulation problem, so he called people in under the guise of IRS audits, basically. You can see that L. Ron Hubbard, the founder of Scientology, had this deep-seated fear of the IRS and paying taxes. So Xenu called people in under the guise of tax audits, and when they would come in for the audit, he would basically put them in hibernation, I guess. He'd freeze them, I believe, and he put them on a bunch of spaceships that looked just like DC-8s. His words, not mine. I believe he said DC-8 planes from the 50s or the 60s or something. Flew them to Earth, dropped the people into volcanoes, and dropped hydrogen bombs on them, I believe. Either hydrogen bombs or atom bombs. And now they're all just kind of floating around, and they attach their souls now. They attach themselves to a baby. Every time a new baby's born, they attach themselves to the baby. And after you get to a high enough level in the religion, basically operating Thetan level 3, OT3, I think you have to spend $400,000 to get there. Everything past that point is they reveal all this information to you about Lord Xenu. Takes you 10 years to get to this point, so the vast majority of Scientology members don't even know this story. And the rest of your time in Scientology is spent trying to exorcise these Thetans from your body. So I would say Scientology is the most like a sci-fi story out of any religion, probably because L. Ron Hubbard was a sci-fi writer.